All right, welcome back to Speak for Yourself, presented by Hyundai. Whitlock and Wiley. LeVar Arrington is back. We're joined now by Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Big swole over there.
Time for a big story. Sponsored by KFC. Feed the whole family with KFC's $20 fill-up with all the fixings. Order online at KFC.com. All right, let's move to Dallas, where Dak Prescott still doesn't have a deal, and rumors have been flying about what their QB situation could look like next season. Last week, Michael Irvin said he was hearing that the team wanted Tom Brady, and now Peter King says he actually thinks Jerry Jones would rather have Brady under center than Dak Prescott. Wow! I think Peter King is right here.
No, not at all. And it is Jerry Jones a victim of reputation bias right now, and it's messed up. We're going to use that 2014 Johnny Manziel thirst that he had, and Stephen Jones talked him off the ledge. It's 6 years later, and he has constructed a great roster to the point where we think that they're underachieving. And now Peter King, who I love, is going to go out there and say, oh, I bet you he wants Tom Brady. Why? Because that's what everyone sees in Jerry Jones, the low-hanging fruit thoughts of Jerry Jones. He wants his franchise quarterback. He wants him at the proper value. He wants to be a great negotiator. He wants to build around his franchise quarterback because his team is underachieving. But no, he does not want 43-year-old Tom Brady with the star power, with the star on his helmet.
I'm with you. Absolutely not. He wants to pair these two young talents in Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott together for years to come. He's said it publicly, and then when you look at what he's doing contractually, he extended Zeke for 6 years. He wants to extend Dak for about 6 years. Yeah. He has his quarterback or his head coach who he feels like, if I insert this guy, this is the missing piece. I got my quarterback. I just got to find out where he fits number-wise that makes him happy and us happy, and it's feasible to do. But no, I don't believe that at all. I think he understands what he has in Dak Prescott. It's too hard to find another guy when you've brought a head coach on and then you give him a Tom Brady for 1, maybe 2 years and then say, okay, look for something else. Let's redo this all over again. He wouldn't do that.
Yes, I buy it. And here's why. Not because I'm a Tom Brady fan, but I know who Peter King is very well. I've gotten to know him very well. You don't build up to the type of credibility in the business and in the industry that he has by just throwing out loosely based facts. So by him coming and being as strong with his statement, rather have his quarterback, and he felt confident putting it out there, says to me there is a ton of validity to it.
You made the point that because just like the way we were talking about Snoop and a voice for his community, in the football world, Peter King's a major voice.
That's real.
He doesn't go out willy-nilly and say things like this controversial. He's not hosting this show. He don't take the chances I take. When he goes out and speculates, somebody's whispered in his ear, and he's following in off of Michael Irvin, basically saying the same thing.
Who walked it back.
Walked it back and just said it wasn't somebody with a job with the Cowboys. Are these discussions being had? And just like I said, they're being had with Jerry Jones. And the reason why Jerry Jones is in win now. Win now. And look, would he much rather sign Dak to a long-term deal? Yes. Is he frustrated as hell that Dak wouldn't take the $33 million they offered him and that Dak has overvalued himself and put himself in a position where he's forcing us to do something we clearly don't want to do, overpay him, and so Jerry's gone to his default position.
But did Dak do that? Is that Dak's fault? They had opportunity before this year, before last year, to take care of it, but they didn't. They waited. They wanted to see, just like we all wanted to see, is he really what we think he could be? And then once he had this season, within a full season with Amari Cooper and some weapons that they put around him,
and they went 8-8.
They went 8-8.
The team underperformed.
The team underperformed, but he did not.
He had a career year.
And he made sure he did.
And let's keep this going. Let's tag team this.
I'm glad you finally got somebody on stage.
I needed a friend up here.
I can't buy that reasoning, but go ahead, man.
I have materials here using Peter King's words against Peter King. He starts off the statement by saying, I bet. Sound like he want to join you up here, Whitlock. This ain't the normal Peter King, let me report. This is, I bet, conjecture, right? True?
Yes.
You know that.
No, you're factual. That's a great point.
Yeah.
But just understand that when Peter King says I bet, it's different than me saying I bet.
Yeah, I've been to Vegas with you.
Yeah. On this show.
The same.
So it's different.
Okay.
And what he said, I just feel like there's some credibility to it. There's the whole Michael Irvin piece.
It's a
and
stack
again,
deck.
I'm going to just tell you the other thing that I think y'all, and I thought LeVar would fall in this trap too, but again, y'all better looking at me, more successful, all of that.
Here you go.
So y'all haven't been in this position where you have to go to plan B. It's like, Tamron Hall is plan A. But if I have to go to an all-time great of Holly Berry, I'll do that.
Oh,
and that's what...
In this segment now. Get us out of here.
I bet you would.
That's what Jerry's doing.
That's what he's doing.
This is certainly a negotiation tactic. Let's be clear on this. All right?
I love it.
And the takeaway from this, let's be clear on the takeaway. You are continuously building the conclusion of we are not going to pay you, Dak. We really do not want to pay you, Dak. Dak, we are trying to give you the money that we want to give you, that we're comfortable with, but as days go on and more people come out and talk, this is like a nail in the coffin. To hear Peter King, for Peter King to put that out there,
I guarantee
that 100% says that it could very well happen that Tom Brady ends up with a star.
Can y'all walk with me? We started off with I bet. Y'all started to give me a little bit.
Yep.
He
You
says,
still owe me bottles.
I do, too.
Right.
I got you in Vegas.
All right,
Who would you rather have your quarterback be in 2020? We're talking hypotheticals. Peter King is reporting in hypotheticals. Now, context matters because he's not talking in the constructs of a contract and football as a business. He's talking idealistically. What would Jerry Jones rather have for 1 year? Not reality. The reality is who you're going to have. He never addressed who Jerry Jones was going to have.
But there would be no reason for him to casually lob this out there to be consumed.
Damn, LeVar, I'm really
you
impressed.
on one?
No, I'm really impressed because that is the mind of a journalist. When you're Peter King and you write opinion pieces, you throw dabs of information out there that you can walk away from if they turn out to not be true.
Right.
But
You look like a beast.
you look
when it
like a
comes
genius
close.
if it does come true. And you only do that if you have little kernels of
You gotta have
information to say, you know what, it's worth taking this risk.
Yeah.
Sometimes it blows up your face. It ain't no different than I said here, and it was a big bet. I think the Clippers are waiting for a trade partner, and they're going to get Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I had tiny kernels of information. It wasn't strong enough for me to lead a show with it.
Yeah.
So in the middle of a show, we had that conversation. I threw it out there. Boom, it paid off. That's what the dude is doing.
Marcellus, that's why it continues on to say that's why he's got a couple of really good personnel guys and his son, Stephen Jones, to talk him off his ledge.
Thank you.
Because you can't build a team around a 43-year-old.
But whether that's true or not, what he's basically telling you is it's being discussed.
No,
That's
it's
the point.
It's considered, it's a thought, it's a
being
false
discussed. Oh, they
reality, but it's
discussing
not reality.
Greg, we've been there before. They talk about it.
discussing that.
They may not do it, but they talk about it. It don't come out from nowhere.
All right, coming up.
Yeah.
LeBron just had another monster game, and the Lakers keep on rolling. We'll tell you if he has a shot to catch Giannis for the MVP award. Next! Speak for Yourself is presented by Hyundai.